everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can recreate this cube type logo. And let's just dive right in. So the first thing I'll be doing is that I'll be creating a new document. So for this video I will be using this custom size document, which is 1000 by 1000 pixels, and I will be renaming my document to be, I'll just say cube logo. But yeah, so you're free to use any size, any of these size documents which have already been preloaded by Adobe Illustrator. Or in case if you want to use the same document size that I am using, just type in 1000 by 1000 in the width and the height options right here, and just change the dimensions to pixels, like pixels, and create. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is that I'll make sure that my smart guides options is on. So to check that, we'll go to this view panel over here on the top, and over here you can see that only the smart guides options has been switched on, right? So these smart guides will actually help us a lot to make our cube logo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'll go over here to my shape panel and I'll be using this polygon tool, and I do not really require the fill as of now. No, wait, I actually do require the fill, so I'll be making my fill to be black, and I do not require the stroke, so I'll just click on this none option right here. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be clicking on Shift plus Alt and just drag my mouse like this to create a hexagon like that. Okay, so I'll select this and I'll also rotate this like this. I'll select this and I'll make a copy out of it. To do that, I'll be going to edit, copy, edit, and paste in front. So now that's happened. So what I'm going to do is that right now the second copy we've just made, that's been selected. So what I'm going to do is click on Shift, and with the help of the arrow keys, I'll just move it along like that. Yeah, so I'll move this a little bit upwards like this. I'll select all these two options. I'll select both these shapes as of now. And here in this Pathfinder panel, it's actually right behind this layers panel over here, this Pathfinder panel. And I'll be choosing this option right here which says divide. So I'll click on this, and if you see that both these options get selected, the reason why is that because both these shapes are grouped together as of now. So I'll right click on this and click on ungroup, and I'll select this top portion over here and go ahead and delete this right that. Okay, so as you can see that this hexagon shape is made, but if you look closely, it gets divided like this, and you can see the top portion of the cube like that. Okay, so now I'll be using this line segment tool, and over here, as you can see the anchor point, it detects the anchor point. I'll just make one straight line going like that. Go back here, select my selection tool, select all these shapes that we've just made. Go back here to this Pathfinder tool and click on divide again, like that. Right click on this and again ungroup. Okay, so now you can see that our hexagon is now being divided into 3 equal parts, which now looks like a cube. Okay, so I'll select all of them again And what I'm going to do is that I'll be creating smaller squares inside these squares that we've just made. So to do that, we'll be going to Object, Path, and Offset Path. And over here, what I'm going to do is that I'll be giving a certain value as to how small I want my squares to be, right? So I'll just be giving the value of -40 pixels. And if you click on preview, you can see that smaller squares are made like that. And we click on OK. So once that's done, and once just these squares are selected, I'll go to Edit and I'll click on Cut. I'll select this entire cube and I'll just delete this as of now. So I'll go back to Edit and click on this option which says Paste in Front. So now as you can see that only the offset path that we had created, that gets pasted up in front. So now that the fill is black, I'm going to go over here and just swap this so that the stroke becomes black and there is no fill. And I'll go ahead and also increase the stroke weight. So as you can see, by default, the stroke weight is 1 point, but I'm going to go ahead and make it much more thicker. And I'll be choosing this option which says 18 points. And like that. Okay. I'll come back here to this one again, this polygon tool. Come over here precisely in the middle. Click on Shift plus Alt and create a hexagon. And I'll also rotate this like just the way we had done initially. And just bring it a little upwards like that. So now as you can see that the hexagon we just made, it overlaps a little on the 3 squares that we have just made. Right. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll be making lines. So I'll be making this one line going from here, this anchor point, all the way about like this, and I'll be doing actually no, not over here. I'll be making the lines from approximately from this intersection right here. So the reason why I'm also making these lines is because that these lines will actually help me to make my shapes, and these lines are just acting as a guide so that I can make my shapes a lot better. And about here like that. So I'll just get this line a little down like that. Okay. So once that's done, I'll be making more lines now. I'll make one line which is going like this. This one line going this way, coming here to this midpoint. Like that. Now actually I'm just going to delete these lines because I've actually skipped a step. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. So like once you've come to this part, I'll select all the objects that we've just made. Go to Object and we'll go ahead and also expand this and click on OK. So once that's done, it'll become easier for us to then delete it a lot later. So now I'll go back to the line segment tool and then start making my lines. Select here, go ahead, make one line like this. Select this from anchor point, get like that. Come over here and make another line like that. So once that's done, okay, I'll go ahead and select all these shapes again. Come back here to this Pathfinder panel and click on Divide again. Once that's done, right click on my shapes that I've created and ungroup them again. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and now delete the portions that we do not need, like this. I'll do this. This. And delete this portion, this. So you can go ahead and make any shape, particular shape you want, or that. Let's delete this. Alright. Let's see which ones I want to delete. So it's okay if you're making random shapes. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. Go ahead and delete that. Wait, I'm gonna make it. Yeah. So I'll select these options. Here, this one. Go ahead and delete the same portions on the top so that it looks much more better like that. I'll select, I'll zoom in on this. I'll go ahead, select this. Just want to see if there's any other shape that you do not need. You see? Okay. So you might find such shapes in between. So make sure you're just checking everything. Like that, see? That one over there. This one right here. So after you have deleted all the unnecessary parts, you select one shape, and in the Pathfinder panel itself, you just click on Unite, or just making sure there is nothing. You can just unite it like that. Just select. Wait. Be selecting these individual parts and uniting them together so that it becomes better like that. Nope. Yeah. So this is a lot better way to unite your shape so that you do not unite anything else accidentally. Just making sure I've got everything. Yep. This. Wait, so this part and this part unite. This. This is what I was talking about. Just make sure that there is no lines as of now. Just bring it back. That. And over here in this last one as well, we'll be repeating the same process. Unite. Unite. This, and unite. Okay. So once that's done, we can just go ahead and add different colors to our shapes. So I'll be filling it in with solid colors. And oops, do not require that. Just select the united shapes and fill it in with any color you want to. Like this, and this, and like that. So once that's made, we can just bring them closer. Let's see this one right here. And select this and just bring it much more closer like that. And there you go. Our cube shape logo is now ready. So this is another step that I'll be showing. This is optional. So if you want, you can let your logo be the way it is, or if you like, we can go ahead and also add this kind of a drop shadow if you want. So to do that, we'll be selecting all our shapes. Go to Effects, Stylize, and click on Drop Shadow. And over here in the opacity option again, so it says 75, but I'll be bringing it a little down and making it 45 degrees. And if you click on Preview, you can see a certain shadow is added at the back, and it makes our logo look a little more 3D. So if you're happy with it, just go ahead and click OK. So now what we have to do is I'll be just enlarging this so that it fits into our document. So this takes a little while, and like that. And there you go. So now that our logo is ready, we can go ahead and also save our file. In order to do that, we'll be going to File and clicking on Save As. So by default, my file name is going to be the same as my document name, which was the cube logo. And my Save As type is going to be Adobe Illustrator as well. I highly recommend that we save a file in this format, so that in case if I want to make any further changes, I can easily access my Adobe Illustrator file. And we click on Save, yes, and click on OK. And there you go. Our Illustrator file is now ready, and it's now successfully been saved. So when it comes to saving, it can take a little longer, but it usually does get saved. And always remember to save all your files so that you do not lose track of any of your work that you are doing. So that's it. I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a little practice, you can also experiment with different shapes. You can make different designs on all these three parts, and even add gradients from this gradient tool right here. That's completely your call. So that's it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.